Welcome back everyone. Today's project is the family car, the wife's car. Now, I have a bit of a love-hate relationship with this car. I love it because it's incredibly practical. It's the Citroen C4 Grand Picasso. It's got the massive 2.0 in it, turbo. It's a blue HDI. That's a whole other kettle of fish, that one, because the AdBlue system in this is actually frustrating me. I will have another video coming up actually on that particular process. But today's mission though is shock absorbers. I did have to replace the passenger side on this one not that long ago. Well, it's probably actually been a couple of years now. But it's now time for the driver's side to get changed. Now I know what you're thinking. I should have replaced them both at the same time. Yes, 100%. But at the time, I didn't have the funds in order to do that. So, time has now arrived. I need to get that fixed because it's weeble wobbling all over the place. So that needs to get done. Now, a bit of a cold day today, even though the sun's coming out. And I'm also going to try and make sure that I've got the microphone a wee bit lower. I was getting some feedback on the last video I uploaded that well, when I was editing it as well, all I could hear was me breathing, basically. So it just goes to show that I'm nice, fit and healthy. Anywho, we're going to get the suspension done on this. Need to come up to the top first though and get rid of this cowling at the very top to give us access to the 3 bolts that are holding the top mount on the suspension. Get it jacked up, get the wheels off, and I'll see you in just a moment. So before we get started, we need to get rid of these wiper blades. We need to get them off because we need the scuttle panel to be removed. Lovely. So I just need to pull some of these plastics and rubbers off. Just get them out of the way. This whole scuttle just needs to be removed so we can access the strut tower. Just like little foam pads that are here. Pop them off. Just little foam pads basically, just on the sides. Soak up the moisture, you know, help it rust. So wiper blades off, that's next. Need a torque screwdriver. Looks like we need a 10mm as well. Nope. First time. Not very tight, these are really just going into plastic. Hang down out the way. So 16mm for the wiper blades, the nut for the wiper blades. I have also marked these as well, just so I can get the position right. I do remember one time I had to take a scuttle off for the other side that I ended up losing my position with the marks, and it took me a wee while to figure out where they went again. Because otherwise they would end up just whooshing off the windscreen, or they came down too hard onto the scuttle. So hopefully I can get these off. There's one. I'll try and get this one. Not as strong on my left hand. Go. It's almost like a little bit of pressure you have to put down here just to kind of relax it slightly, but then it wants to spring up because of the wee teeth in here. I'm sure obviously there's a tool that you can buy for it. But anyway, we want to take this panel off now. It should just pop off if I remember right. There's a little rubber clip here. Get that to break free. There we go. And then there we go. I could just pull this full scuttle out, just get it out of my road, just so I'm not working around it. I think for the time it takes, I might as well just do it. Now this is like the facelift model of the Grand Picasso, so it's the B78 model. I do quite like it. But she's starting to get a wee touch on the old side now, where she's not wanting to be very forgiving, unfortunately. So a bit frustrating. It feels like I'm working on this just as much as I am the Transit. And there we go. Pulls all that out. You can see obviously you get some really good access as soon as you take that off. Anyways, I need this strut tower here, which is just underneath the wiper motor. Now, what's the chances of them being tins? Yep, that'll do. Actually, I can't remember if that is held in place. Actually, I think that is held in place. Yeah, it's like a captured bolt. I know you can't see basically what I'm doing right now. Just gonna move that round to here, just keep it out of the way. That gives me good access now to the bolts here, so obviously just get them out of the way, gives me the space, and that's us. So, time to get this jacked up, get the wheel off. The C4 has like these plastic caps over the kind of lug nuts, and they are a bit of a pain to get off. They're just these little stupid caps. So I'm just going to blitz away and just get them off. For you fans, they're 17s. 17s. Crusty 17s. Wait. Give me back my socket. Ugh, crusty. Just like absolutely dreadful. Anyway. Boop. Oh. And he's off. Right. Let's see what chaos is under here. So, we've got these two bolts here to get off. Probably got to wire wheel them. We've got the we've actually got grease that's happening up here. Oh, I see it. I see it. It's not the shocks. Oh, son of a hoo-ha. It's not the shocks. It's the drive shaft, and that's what's weeble wobbling. Oh no. Oh, I didn't plan for that. I was pretty set on it was the suspension, because it was the exact same noise. Oh. And it snapped off that boot. Well, that's just put a bit of a spanner in the works. Right, I think I'm still going to change this strut anyway, but obviously I need to get this off. I need to get the knuckle off. I need to disconnect the tie rod ends, drop link. Blast! That is so annoying. Oh, wait until I break the news to the wife. It's great. But yeah, basically, that's us now not doing what I originally wanted to do. We're now doing more. Just going to get the wire wheel though. I'm going to try and hit the wire wheel on these bolts here, just to try and clean the threads up for when I get the impact on them. Hopefully they'll come off nice and easy. I think I remember when I did it on the other side, vernier broke a rib with the breaker bar on these ones, which was nice. So yeah, I'm just going to go and grab the wire wheel, just clean off these bolts, and then I'll see what I'm going to do after that. Right, let's try and get action cam in there. So, soaked them down. I have actually tried to break them loose already, but let's see how we get on. I won't lie, that's much easier. Right, so they're coming off, no problem. Now, just need to get this tie rod off, and then break the drop link here. Get that one off. Again, I've soaked that down. I haven't actually soaked the tie rod down yet. Seems like it's 18 for that. Easy peasy. There we go. Right, that's that loose. Whoa! I think we'll just get that to hold that just a wee touch. 13 on that. Of course it will. Oh, that's hot! Now I do have a kit that actually allows me to get a torch bit just on that nut. It's got a hole straight through it, so you can keep a hold of this while you undo that nut. But I'm going to leave it like that. It's good enough for me anyway. You think I run a professional outfit here? That's that off. Just had to lever it down just to get that, push that down just so it doesn't bite onto that ring there. We've got them all loose. We've got the tie rod loose. I've just got grease all over me again. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to get the axle bolts, get this axle nut off, and then pretty much I'll just need to knock these two pins out, and this whole thing should just lean this way, allowing me to pull that shaft out. Wobbling. That's that being all pulled out, so hub's off, or this knuckles off. Now I need to get this drive shaft out. Any using how it comes out? I don't. Can I pull it? No. How does it come off? I got it out, but I don't think I got it out the correct way. I actually think this drive shaft's meant to be all one piece. There should be an extra length that's coming out back here into the gearbox, but I did manage to get it separated. Hopefully it'll go back in. Fingers crossed. Now, once I got this back into the shop here, I wanted to check make sure this was all okay. And I think actually what's happened is I think this clip actually just got damaged and it came off and the boot head came off, and that's obviously why it was throwing the grease up. But I put it inside of the vise and there's a little bit of in and out play, which I believe is normal for these types of things. But there's no, you know, up and down, side to side. There's no play in there, no clicking or anything like that. And there was still grease inside of the boot. So what I've done is filled it back up with grease. I cleaned the face here the best that I could and put a new strap on. Now I did try and use basically a Jubilee clip to get me out of a pickle. This was actually a kit that I got that allows you to make up like different sizes of Jubilee clips. But the problem is though, is they were crap. So I ended up ordering CV boot, kind of like these metal bands here, and basically you just feed them through. There's a little ball bearing just in the back here that as you slide this in to the back, the ball bearing grips it, and then you pull them back. Now from the videos that I was watching, just trying to see if this tool would be any good, it did look like you would slide it in, pull it tight with the tool, bend it back, and then snip it, and that would lock it. I think these are slightly different, so I need to work out, but this seems fairly tight. The tool I ended up using was this. So basically, wire goes in, round this spindle, you turn the handle, it tightens everything up, and then this handle should come down and basically cut it. But when I've tried to use it, I must have not put the initial strap in properly, because when I turn the cutting blade, it doesn't cut. So I think I got this bit wrong, but it did tighten up. It is secured. I've did the wiggle test. Everything's okay. Probably an easy enough tool. It was cheap enough. It was only, I think it was £20 or something like that for the tool plus a couple of these straps. Anyway, got it done, boot secure, filled it back up with grease. We're good to go. Get this back in the car. So leave a message in the comments if you'd noticed where it went wrong after putting all that back together. That's right, I fitted the knuckle again. Can't fit the drive shaft in. So that needs to come off again. Now I need to figure out how to get that boot on behind there. That's not going to be very much fun at all.
2 hours later.
I am not even going to lie, that was an absolute nightmare. I basically went through 5, 6 different clips trying to get this on. I ended up just actually having to remove the full drive shaft, so if anyone has to do this on a Citroen C4 Grand Picasso, there is this collar, okay. This collar here is basically holding the kind of intermediate bearing just at the back, just behind the shaft itself. So you have to undo this, few taps at the back, good taps, not weak taps, and then that pops off. Now, to be honest, I could not have done that without the support of a good friend of mine from Ratho Auto Services in Edinburgh. He swung round with a couple of clamps for me. We fought with this thing for a wee hour and ended up just smashing it out, to be honest. Basically, it's just the reverse of what I've done before. Putting it all back together again, put the drop link back in, and then call it good. Anyway, such a pain.